So bead art is coming in. Bead art, bracelets, necklaces, charms, small business. I don't know, maybe you run a small business, a small handmade jewelry business. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe not just beads, but also like precious gems and stones that get wound with like that pretty aluminum wires. So jewelry. Orange garnet is coming into mind. I haven't thought about orange garnet in a minute. I think that's a crow right here. I think we're gonna use the crows today. My Urban Crows deck. Okay, there's a lot of feathers, a lot of wings. Maybe whoever this reading's meant for, they incorporate feathers in their art and their jewelry. Queen of Earth. Yeah, birds are coming in strong. Like, I don't usually pay too much attention to the birds tweeting outside in the morning, but they just feel really loud today. And like, so this is the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Earth, but it's very floral and very spring vibes. This buffalo is really calling to me. Maternity vibes. Like, I've been getting a lot, and I'm not complaining, I'm just stating a fact, a lot of pregnancy readings lately. So, crows. Leadership, in charge, mediator, counselor, assistant. Alright, give me a second. There's something about this Queen of Earth that's calling me to look at the book for some reason. Earth Mother, first thing that popped. Fertile, nurturing, abundant. Touch, connect, create with your hands, be supportive and nurturing, seek out a motherly role. Yeah, that is definitely a... I said pregnancy was calling. I don't usually use the Queen of Earth as a fertility symbol for my purposes. But yeah, I felt this coming in strong before I even started shuffling. Like, as I was putting honey in my tea and everything, I'm just like, seeing gardens flowering, like birth. Maybe someone's giving birth soon. The Queen of Earth symbolizes a real, authentic Earth Mother personality. She's larger than life, possesses abundant, gorgeous, and grounded nature. She is realistic, but also sees magic everywhere. This is giving very like feminine vibes, very like, the homebody, the person who makes. Okay, that's why all those words were coming in. The person who mediates the home life, who makes sure everything is flowing the way it should at home. Okay, so this doesn't necessarily, if it's not a pregnant, it's probably a pregnancy reading. Feminine doesn't have to be female. Everybody has masculine and feminine energies. She asks to ask if this is how you see yourself or have been focused on business undertaking and career. Okay, that's why that was coming up. There's a phrase, kindness is required. And what was the other one? Mother, don't smother, share the responsibilities, and seek out a motherly role model. I didn't read those when they jumped up at me. I kind of just let the words call to me. I just kind of glanced at it. And I didn't want to say those out loud because I was like, oh, well, that's nearing into a little bit of well, maybe this person feels like they're not ready to be this motherly figure, is literally the vibe I got before I got here. So I need to trust myself because I was right, and this is what we're heading into. She comes to ask if this is how you see yourself, or have you been so focused on business undertakings and career that you have created an imbalance in your life and disconnected from your true nature? Is it time for you to enjoy the benefits of being a homebody for a while? Okay, so career woman, right? You've put a lot of work and this is going to change a lot. This is going to change a lot for you. I don't know if the other biological parent is involved or not, but share the responsibilities. Everybody has masculine and feminine energies, all right? And judging by the business undertakings and career imbalance from your true nature here, we're seeing something along the lines of being more in our masculine, okay? And there's nothing wrong with being a career woman and, going up the corporate ladder and all that stuff. It's perfectly fine. But sometimes biology does come into play, and females do need to rest and to take care of their bodies, especially if they're pregnant, because now you're taking care of not only yourself, but someone else as well. And so maybe it's time for you to allow your significant other, the other parent, to pick up some slack here and there. All right, you're in your princess era right now. During pregnancy, you're in your princess era. It's time to take care of yourself. It's time to do all the self-care, all the pampering, okay? This is all about you, because when that baby comes, it's going to be all about that baby. So this time is all about you to get back into your feminine energy, soften up a little bit. That doesn't mean you have to let go of your career and all that stuff. I don't know what your, maternity leave. I don't know what your maternity leave looks like, right? Those things do mess all of that up. But I'm getting the sense here that you can afford it. Whoever this is for, the person I'm picking up, this is definitely, you got this. You've put in so much work into your career that you can afford to take the time off if necessary or if wanted. This isn't really about doing what is necessary, but, taking a moment to do self-care, self-love, take care of yourself, slow down for a little bit. The Queen of Earth may also appear in your reading at times when you find yourself in need of a gentle reminder to be both nurturing and supportive of those around you. While you encourage and support others in their desire to better themselves, remember to do so without trying to change them. In her role as a wise woman, she may be asking that you seek out those who embody her energy. Okay, so perhaps a role model. I said seek out a motherly role model. That stood out very, a wise one. Unlock the magic within. Okay, I'm starting to see. We really need to come back in touch with our feminine energy, okay? And this doesn't mean that everything that you've aligned with, and everything that you've developed while working in your masculine, that all of that's just thrown out the window. No, that's not what this means. This just means that we need to balance our energies out, okay? To have equally of the masculine, equal amounts of the feminine, and maybe for a little bit during this pregnancy, let the feminine rise a little bit, okay? You'll come back into equilibrium after the baby's born, but maybe allow yourself to be pampered. Maybe, I don't know if you have a mother, a grandmother, or an aunt that's close to you, or maybe even if you live out of state from your family, or maybe even a coworker or someone in your church. I don't know why that's coming up. Someone you respect, someone you look up to that can help you in this situation. So maybe your mother figure has passed away real young. Okay, that's okay. So that could have been the start of our imbalance here if our mother did pass away while we were very young. And especially like some of us, because of grief, we work through our grief through keeping our hands busy, through keeping our brain busy, just constantly moving, right? Work. And eventually that just comes to like, that starts to be like a habit, right? Especially if it's working out for you. And it's just like opportunities, career opportunities after opportunity, and you've just been like in an uphill trend for a while. Where's your ceiling? Where's your cap? When do you have a cap? This is something, this is a conversation a teacher had with us in high school, that, some career business people or entrepreneurs are so focused on the rise. It's always go momentum. Once they reach that goal, then it's like the next goal. Is it always going to be like that until you die? Or is there a cap where you can say, okay, I can stop here and let the rest of the team run things on their own, and I can enjoy the empire I've built? Okay? Share the responsibilities. Alright, and maybe there isn't a significant other. Biological parent, either you didn't want to tell them or didn't want them involved, or they're just not involved, didn't want to be involved. Maybe this isn't a relationship. But you're going through with the pregnancy. All right, so we need to look for these supports. We need to look for a need for wise and honest counsel. Seek motherly role. Yeah, we need to get some advice. Not just in terms of like motherhood and how to raise the child afterwards. But I think people forget that while we're pregnant, we also need support, especially if we're like single mother territory, family doesn't live in town or no longer around and all of that stuff. we really need somebody that's going to help us out. Like, you never know when some weird complication in your pregnancy might arise, and you're going to need extra support. Preeclampsia's coming out. God, I hope that's not something you're going through. But if it is something you're going through, it's gonna be, you can't allow the mental stress to get to you. You're gonna need support. Okay, so what's with these crows? Anomaly. Okay, so there is something different about this pregnancy. High-risk pregnancy. Maybe you're older, never planned on this to happen, and it did. Or maybe there's a complication, either in the pregnancy or with the child. I know the last reading I put on here on YouTube is about high-risk pregnancy, so maybe you want to go look at that. No, that's it on the crows. Okay. Collie. Enjoy success and happiness. Enjoy success and happiness. You've worked a lot. You're allowed to have a home, a family, a child. Like, your decision has been made very clearly. Like, this child, you're keeping this child is going to be here. Now you're struggling, I'm sensing here that you're struggling to pick a side, your career or your child. It doesn't always need to be, I'm sorry, Kali, I'm not taking all those cards. Let me do one by one, please. Thank you. Maybe you don't need to give up your career completely, but just, thank you, Kali. But just, you need support. You need support. You're gonna need a babysitter, you're gonna need a nanny, a live-in nanny. You got the, whoever I'm speaking to, you got the money for this. So why are we trying to, your nervous system is struggling because you are trying to make a choice between living in your masculine, which you've been in, and transitioning to fully living in your feminine, which your nervous system is like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Your ego's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What about everything we've built? What about everything we've done? Balance. It's about balance. Balance out your masculine. Balance out your energy. You're a career woman. Something tells me you'll figure it out. Pregnancy brain's a real thing. Trust me, once the fog goes through, you'll start figuring things out again. Durga Kalika. In unusually changing situations, the ways we have supported ourselves during more ordinary times are insufficient. Oh, what did I say? What did I say? We've been living in our masculine for so long. That's not serving us right now. We need to be open to divine inspiration, protection, and proceeding in new ways. Here is a portent of unexpected success. Even if everything appears to be going against you, the tide shall turn through divine grace. It's gonna be sorted out. Kali, let yourself receive God's, the universe, gifts. Allow yourself to be gifted with this precious gift of life, of motherhood. I myself thought I wasn't suited for motherhood, and I have a 2-year-old. Medically complex 2-year-old, mind you, He is the best thing that's ever happened to me. If I didn't have that boy, I wouldn't be here reading cards. That I know. Chamunda. I don't know if I'm pronouncing these names right. I'm sorry. Knowing what to allow and what to fight for or against requires wisdom. Chamunda is the fearlessness, wisdom, patience, and discipline required to conquer a difficult situation. Chamunda is the power to accomplish what you need and desire. She is with you now. Or God, the universe, spirits, your angels, whoever you work with. Her presence now portends a truly exceptional breakthrough in your path. Like I said, this is going to work out no matter what. This is going to work out no matter what. Why? Oh my God. In order to grow, the soul may need to separate itself from that which it once relied upon. Oppression will be overcome. Do not cling to what has been. Sometimes the best way to heal from the past is to cut it off completely and focus on inner regeneration and reorientation toward a more fulfilling future. You shall know true love and freedom when that baby comes. That you will know true love. If you thought you knew what love it was before having a child, you will know. This is definitely a first-time mom. Do not cling to what has been. Sometimes the best way to heal from the past is to cut it off completely. And I felt some resistance about the whole career situation. So, and I said this earlier, I get the sense that we got into this intense, like, working mentality, just like workflow, masculine energy mentality, as a coping mechanism for grieving somebody we lost. So that's the past we need to let go of. Not necessarily the career. You know, if you're done with that career, want to start a new business, want to work somewhere else, you know, this is probably the good time. Some people do that for maternity leave because their jobs won't accommodate the amount of time that they want to take. So I've known some women who at a certain point just, you know, given their 30 days or 2 weeks and quit, and a year after their baby's born or whenever they're ready to go back to work, they just start a new job. And, you know, they took all their maternity leave. So I get the feeling that you can afford this. This isn't like your husband's at home and he's going to take care of you. No, this is all you. Okay, I see you. I didn't show the other images because some of the images in this deck are a little violent. Just, you know, Hindu gods and goddesses on this side. Mantra Shakti. Do not allow negative thought or speech to undermine your inner spiritual connection. Okay, so even with like this corporate ladder mentality, you're still very much like a spiritual person, a spiritual being. And that hasn't always lined up with the people you surround yourself with. Okay. Somebody told you already made the choice. You're keeping the baby, but somebody told you not to, that it's better for your career, that anomaly, that maybe you're too old and just... don't listen to negative energies, negative thoughts. Yeah, do not allow negative thought or speech to undermine your inner spiritual connection, okay? They say that in certain reincarnation beliefs, they say that after we die and we go back to the source of the universe where we all came from, whatever that is, and, you know, we download whatever, upload everything we learned in this lifetime for the collective consciousness, and then we get to choose. We get to choose our next life, where we go, who we are, what our lives are like. Because this is an experience, this earth, being an earth is an experience. The experience of being human, the experience of life. This child chose to come into earth through you. Okay? God gave you the honor of carrying this child and the honor of bringing them into earth through you. Okay? Don't let anybody take that away from you. Claim your voice and your power to express yourself from your heart. Though it may not yet be visible in your physical world, a new order is generating within the soul, and in time it shall manifest in a transformation that heals your inner world and improves your physical life circumstances too. Gurukula, to receive your divine inheritance of blessings and support for sacred fulfillment, certain karmic conditions that resonate at lower frequency need to be cleared. Blockages. Everybody has them. We all gotta work through them and remove them. What else is new? Gurukula signifies a time of rapid movement on your path. Oh, you're being slingshotted. You're being slingshot into balance. Gurukula signifies a time of rapid momentum on your path and freedom to attract what you want and need. Let go of that which does not belong in your world. Release and you shall receive. Maybe you need to start your own business. Maybe it's time that you stepped out of the shadow of your employer. I just heard you built this company. You built this company for somebody else. I think it's time for you to venture out on your own. It seems like you're very capable of it. I don't know who I'm speaking to, but your work ethic is just... Okay? Yeah, I think you need to let go of a female boss, a female employer. Yeah. Okay. So we need to unalign from these other women who are also stuck in their masculine and are not allowing you to see. Okay. Sorry, I'm not quite on social media right now. Now I understand why all these pregnancy readings are coming to me. I just recently had a conversation with my sister and she told me about all this like propaganda that's going around. About, shaming people into not, shaming women into not having babies, into not getting pregnant, and calling them uneducated and such things. No. All those women are hurt. They're living in their masculine. I'm not saying they need to let go of the masculine, go back 100% feminine energy. No, it is about balance. Okay? They are living in an imbalance. And, some of them might even just be a little bit angry and in denial that they're never going to have children. It's It's a biological instinct for humans to have children, whether they be male or female, to have a legacy, to have procreation. Okay, it's not just a feminine urge. You know, we do get like a little bit more like in our feelings about it the older we get, because biological time clocks. Men aren't like that because they can just push them out however, okay? But it's different for us, that's why it feels different for us. But we gotta let go of those negative projections, because that's all they are, they're projections. And yes, I'm a big advocate for feminism, but I also believe that true feminism is equality between man and women, not just having women run the whole show and women get everything. And yes, I understand the outcome of other countries bringing the birth rate down to 0 and how it affected in a positive way their countries. But the way we're doing it, it's trying to scare people out of having kids, trying to disrespect them and talk down to them because they're choosing to have more children no matter what their economic status is. Might I remind you that humanity wouldn't exist if we didn't procreate as hunter-gatherers? People were dying in survival of the fittest, okay? That's... Please. Blue Tara, I might leave with this. I might get another... Yeah, I'll do another positive message from the ancestors and angels deck. Sorry, I had sickness. I haven't been able to get over this cough. Blue Tara, this is always a good one. Chaos will give way to the higher order of love. Let me finish reading this before I tell you what I just heard in my head. Chaos will give way to a higher order of love. Let there be peace in your heart as Blue Tara looks to her right, gazing toward the future. She sees a vision. As Blue Tara looks to her right, gazing towards the future, she sees a vision of your peaceful, protected, and authentically expansive future. You have every right to feel hopeful, happy, and secure in the destiny now unfolding for you. Yeah, this is always a good card. I think you're gonna meet someone. After the baby's born, you know, once you're established and all of this has been left behind us, you're gonna meet someone. Yeah, I'm getting chills. Oh, I'm getting chills. I have goosebumps. I don't know if you can see. You're gonna meet someone. This is like divine union. Someone. I don't even... That's just so exciting. I have chills all over my body. Like, that is confirmation. That is your future. We gotta let go of whoever this old boss is. We gotta let go of that shit. As your future is looking brighter than you could ever have imagined it, and you're gonna be your own business owner. Choose your path. The choice is yours. We have free will. I'm not telling you what to do. Your spirit guides are sending this message through me. I'm just interpreting. You have free will. Take care of your needs. Winter. This baby's coming in winter. By December, this baby will be here. Do you know you're pregnant? Did you just find out you're pregnant? Maybe before winter. Fall, winter baby. November baby. I have a November baby. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't even apply. what applies might just be take care of your needs, okay? Use discernment, take what resonates. Set your sights higher. Set your sights higher. You are not meant to be an employee. You're not meant to build businesses for other people. Yeah. You're a queen. Okay? You're meant to have your own business. You're meant to have your own jewelry store and not work for somebody else, or whatever this beads, jewelry, stone situation was coming in with. Yeah, set your sights higher. It's like you're so good at doing all of this for others. Do it for yourself. Huh. Take charge with authority. The Lord. You know, like a lord. Like that's, yeah. Like status, financial status, respect. Not just in society, but in career. Okay, I'm gonna have the audacity to say that your new business, once established, is going to surpass the level of success that this business you helped create for this other company. Yeah, yours is going to surpass their success. With your child next to you. With your support systems behind you. With a significant other in your lane as well. Okay? Your blockage right now, your main source of blockages is to balance out your masculine and feminine. You know, allow yourself to maybe be more in the feminine for a while you're pregnant. You know, allowing yourself to be more in the feminine for a period of time is not a bad thing because you've been in the masculine for so long. Okay? So balance. Allow yourself to be ditzy. I don't know why that word is coming out. Ditzy. Allow yourself to have oopsies. Allow yourself to be a little, oh. Yeah. Authority. Do it with authority. Reclaim your life. Like, you seem to be a person with an immense amount of control. So reclaim your life. And again, the choice is yours. You do what you want. You can stay in that business. But it's going to be difficult to get you to this place. And once we release those blockages, you can have it all. You can have it all. Yeah, I just heard a song. God, it's going to kill me. I don't remember it. But yeah, the main lyric that's coming on is, you can have it all. I don't know, I think it's Milk and Honey by Thundamentals or something. I'll probably write it in the description, whatever song that was. Okay, I think that's everything. The choice is yours. You can continue down the path you've been. And with that child, it's probably going to be complicated because the people that you're currently surrounded with don't understand. They don't get that you can have a child and a career. They don't see balance. They just see in black and white. In terms of this. But if you choose to align with the path that's been offered to you here and finding those motherly figures and asking for support and working towards a new business. This is so excited. I'm so excited for you. Oh, yeah. I just realized that, like, some of the stuff hanging, there's, like, little things hanging from, like, the little gold on her. Yeah, she's fully decked out, fully decorated. Start your own business. You got this. You got this so much. Thank you for joining me in my creative space. My name is Naraya. Thank you for choosing yourself, loving yourself and others the way you wished to be loved by others. And thank you.